Okay, dear students, all of you, I hope you can see me and we are streaming fine. Very happy to start off this process of discussions on internal security. हमारे साथ हर्षित हैं, who is a qualified student UPPCS में, and I think some of you are already familiar with him because he has been taking sessions in the mentorship. In fact, he ran a good 3-4 classes on ethics also. So what I like about Harshit is his ability to decode a question and bring lot of rich content, bring lot of current affairs. He has the ability of interlinking topics. So all of you who have been with him on different sessions probably realize that. Hi Akshat, hi Saurav. Okay, welcome here. I think some of your friends probably have joined from the YouTube. Okay, कोई बात नहीं, आप यहाँ रह सकते हो. Now, for the benefit of all the viewers on YouTube, I am announcing that we are starting off Mains 2026 का main support program from 8th of June on Monday. इसका पहला session orientation होगा on 7th of June on Sunday. 7 June Sunday शाम को 7 बजे we'll have the orientation session. Now I'll request all of you जो course कर चुके हैं, who have given the mains examination, prelims examination, and irrespective of how you have performed in the prelims, you must join this mains preparation process. Mentorship students understand that there is a need to have a disciplined study approach, a need to have a proper planner, and not just that, you need somebody who can go after you and make you work. The mentorship bache, you understand, we are relentlessly after you. सुबह आपसे बात करते हैं, शाम को आपसे बात करते हैं, वीक में 2-3 बार. I try to go online with you on meeting mode also. We take account of your progress. You study current affairs. So ये बहुत important part of preparation है. If you ask me, one of the biggest challenge of UPSC preparation is being able to maintain the discipline of regularity. Books का कमी नहीं है, notes का कमी नहीं है, teachers का कमी नहीं है, लेकिन जो hand holding चाहिए, that what we are offering you at Edukemy. इसके अलावा very nice announcement is this process से हम inspire कर पाए हैं some of the older senior faculty to be part of the program. Now, Shubhra Ranjan Madam, PSIR, she's a legend. We have Vikas Ranjan Sir, who is part of sociology. We have Balyan Sir, who has been an authority in history in ecosystem of UPSC preparation. Ritesh Sir, जो बहुत अच्छे teacher माने जाते हैं science and tech में. And Pratik Sir, who is an authority in economy and teaches in some of the most reputed institutions. All these teachers are now coming along with us. हमारे साथ रहेंगे, मैं उनके टीम का पार्ट रहूंगा. And we will run this GS Mains program together. We also will offer a proper GS Foundation course because जो हम देख रहे हैं, what's happening in the ecosystem, just because some of the senior teachers are not coming together on a platform, there's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of misguidance going on. और शायद इसका एक रूप हमने देखा है prelims में, the way the GS content was taught in the foundation classes. So my pleasure to announce this, that we have got together under one banner. We'll call this as the Institute for Humanities. और GS का जो MSP program है, mains program, test series जो है, वो भी हम इनके साथ ही करेंगे conduct. So please join us. I'm excited. June 7th, Sunday को हमारा inaugural orientation session होगा, and we'll start off from Monday onwards. जो mentorship बच्चे enrolled with us, you don't bother. आप तुम्हारे साथ हो. You continue the way you're continuing. Nothing much to change there. For all the other aspirants, जो viewers हैं, जो prelims के results से convinced नहीं हैं, मैं उनको भी invite करूंगा. Study like आप mains देने वाले हो, ताकि 2 महीने में आपका पूरा का पूरा GS revise हो जाए, आपका पूरा optional revise हो जाए. And उसके बाद में maybe 2-3 rounds में you again can revise the mains का पूरा extent and the scope. So that's an announcement. I am happy to announce that. Harshit, I've taken some time of yours. Okay, now it's you. आप पढ़ाएं. Today we are giving 10 questions or maybe 15 questions for security, and yeah, 10 questions shayad, Harshit, you know better. And Harshit will discuss 3, 4, 5 questions, and that will help you, understand the concept of security, the concept of kya issues hain. So stick with him and know how the questions are decoded. Harshit, so I leave it to you. Please take on.
Thank you, sir.
मैं log out कर रहा हूँ, Harshit. Please take on. It's all yours now.
Hi, all of you. How have been your day? Let us check some comments on YouTube also. What YouTube candidates are saying. Let me see that. Yeah, good evening to all of you. Hello. So I think let us start the discussion without wasting much time. Yeah, good evening, Sanjana. Let us start that. So I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible? Would you people can confirm? Is my screen visible? Please confirm, is it visible? YouTube candidate? Yes. Okay, Prachi. Thanks for clearing that. So see, the topic for discussion today are, I want to discuss on gray zone warfare, money laundering, white collar terrorism, and digital arrest. Okay, so these 4 things I would like to discuss. Let us take the discussion through question answer format. Okay, so I will be taking the first question. The first, how many of you know what is gray zone warfare? Let us take note of that. Are you comfortable with the concept or not? Or let me explain you if you don't know. See, the question is, what do you understand by gray zone warfare? Enumerate the methods of this warfare with suitable examples. Assess India's preparedness to deal with. See, I am writing this question here. I have not kept it here already because I want you people also to write down the question in your copy, and I will be giving you the content and helping you write answer better. Okay, so assess India's preparedness to deal with this emerging threat. Okay, so this is the question. Is it clear for all of you? Have you written that? Please confirm it once. I am able to look at the comments of YouTube, but it's limited on Zoom. Okay, I'm not able to see the comments on Zoom, so I would request those who are putting the comments, put that on YouTube. Okay, so see, this is the question is on gray zone warfare. What is gray zone? There is something called white or something called black. This is white, this is black. White means absolute peace, or black means, say, war. And there is something in between. You are not in the state of war or not having absolute peace or complete peace. So there is something gray. So that is a phenomena is called gray zone. There is gray zone. So you are fighting at this zone. So it is a kind of hybrid dilemma. This gray zone is very, very subjective. It is based on perception. Is it clear? It is based on perception. It is a latest entry in the lexicon of warfare. It is a latest entry in the lexicon of warfare. This statement was given by our CDS General Anil Chauhan. See, why I'm giving you this brief background or this quote? This is to make you understand that, see, in this particular question, there are multiple things, multiple parts of the question. Let us decode that. First is, what do you understand by gray zone warfare? This is the first part. Enumerate the method of this warfare. This is the second part, method. With suitable example, you should give the examples also. Then it is saying the assess the preparedness to deal with that. So there are broadly three parts of the question. So I would suggest whenever something is asked directly in the question, do not write that in your introduction. Means I want to say that आप लोग ग्रे जोन वॉरफेयर का मतलब क्या है इस पे इंट्रोडक्शन मत लिखना. Don't write that. Is it clear? So I want you to build the context in the introduction. That the introduction can be of just two lines. That as per ex-CDS General Anil Chauhan, gray zone warfare is the latest entry in the lexicon of the warfare. Is it clear? Is it making sense? Yes, sketchy area. Okay. So let us understand what does it mean. Have you done with the introduction? Please write that as an introduction. As an introduction. Then what is the meaning? What do you understand? So you will be writing the same thing, and you can draw this. You can draw this schematic also just after the introduction, and you will say the gray zone warfare is something like activities. These are the activities that occur between peace and full-scale war. It involves blend of or mix of military and non-military tactics. Military and non-military tactics to achieve strategic objectives. To achieve strategic objective. Is it clear? Is it making sense? Can you draw this type of schematic? Like this is armed conflict. See, I am giving you multiple ways to depict that particular thing. Okay. And this shows the probability. There is higher probability, and as you go above, there is lower probability. So in that probability, you can mention there is hybrid threat. It has very, very high probability of hybrid threat. Then there is low intensity conflict. As you move above, there will be hybrid warfare. Then next come the major war. Is it clear? So you see, the intensity of the armed conflict will be increasing, but the probability will be reducing. Is it making sense? So this is the first part of the question, that what do you understand by gray zone warfare? You can also write multiple things, that you can write like gray zone warfare is creating something called development security hyphenation. Okay, means your development process is now getting linked to the security. Security and development are not two different things. Earlier we used to say we should focus on development. War is not a phenomenon of 21st century. But now what they are doing, okay, war will not be there, but we are linking compromised security with the development itself. Is it clear? So it is something, the shifting balance of power, like it is making technological convergence with the security. Means technology is becoming integral part of development. We are able to compromise that development process itself. So complex interdependence of technology for the development is creating problem of gray zone warfare. We also call this the hybrid zone warfare. Is it clear? If you have anything to ask, please ask. Anything you people want to ask? Mehul, is it clear? Let us move to the second part of the question. Enumerate the method of this warfare. So you have to write the methods. Let us see what are the methods. So you will be giving the second heading. The first heading will be gray zone warfare. And you will be writing what is the meaning, how development security hyphenation is happening. You will be writing all these things. Then second heading will be methods of gray zone warfare. Is it clear? So what are the methods? The first, here explanation is not required because they are saying enumerate. So mind the keyword also. They have just said enumerate. So first is cyber warfare. Second is informational warfare, information warfare. The third is cognitive warfare. In the cognitive warfare, something called radicalization type of thing. Fourth is weaponization. Weaponization can be of anything. Weaponization of supply chain, weaponization of everything. Trade can be weaponized. Then fifth can be debt trap. Debt trap. Weaponization of supply chain, like China denying rare earth magnets to India. Okay, so that is something called economic method. Debt trap. Weaponization. Then subversion of institution. Subversion of institution. Then next can be non-traditional threats. Non-traditional threats like biological warfare, drug trafficking, money laundering. These type of things can be added. How many of you know that UPSC in recently in 2025 examination asked one essay? The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. How many of you know this? This quote is given by Sun Tzu in his book, name is Art of War. So you can use this quote also while writing about the gray zone warfare. You can also mention the features. These are the additional thing I am telling. Depending upon the nature of the question, you will be adding that. Feature is like ambiguous. Ambiguous in what sense? Means, for example, take one scenario. It will help you understand better. Think about a country called Pakistan, our neighbor. This country called Pakistan, multiple times it has tried to attack on India, and obviously they have done that. But unfortunately, they were never successful in winning the war. We have defeated them in 1940s. We defeated them in 1960s, again in 1971. So again and again we are defeating them. So now they have understood. Now they have understood that they can't win a war in a conventional warfare. Okay, they cannot win a war in a conventional warfare. तो वो अब आर्मी से नहीं लड़ते हैं. What they now do? They have shifted to something called ambiguity. Because they know if we fight outrightly, we will be hidden back और हम हार जाएंगे. In the case of Operation Sindoor, we all have seen that. It was butchered badly. Okay, so now they have moved to ambiguous war so that they can work for denial. Okay, they will say, no, we have not done anything. So this is a feature of something called gray zone warfare. It is ambiguous. Second is it is below threshold. Below threshold. There is something called threshold. If you cross that threshold, there will be retaliation. So in order to avoid the retaliation and remain in a denial mode, they keep the war or the harm below the threshold. There is also something called it is gradual incremental approach. Gradual incremental approach. Gradual incremental approach means gradually it will be increased to check the patience of the other country. So that they keep on saying, okay, acha, itne pe abhi retaliation nahi hua. So they are somehow trying to identify the threshold. Then there is involvement of non-military tools. There is involvement of non-military tools like cyber attack, disinformation campaign. All this was started after Operation Sindoor, disinformation campaign. So just after war, they have gone for gray zone warfare. Then fifth, it involves exploitation of legal ambiguity. All these things other country is doing to ensure कि हमारे ऊपर वापस से अटैक ना हो. Next is it involves micro targeting. Micro targeting. It is not like full-fledged war. It is about micro targeting and it influences operations. So this is not the case in case of India, Pakistan only. Think about Israel and Palestine. Israel, Palestine. What they are doing? They are going for a disinformation campaign, information war, Hamas, radicalization, propaganda, all these things they are doing. What is the benefit of that? Why they are doing that? One more thing we can add. Think about a country using BrahMos missile and think about a country just using identifying the cyber vulnerabilities and exploiting that, which will be cost efficient. Tell me which will be cost efficient, using a BrahMos missile or just identifying the vulnerability in the cyberspace? Obviously, the second one. Is it making sense? Is it making sense? Please tell me. Keep replying, otherwise you will feel disengaged. See, I have covered two aspects of the question. The first was, what do you understand by that? Second, what are the methods? Now I am telling you the suitable methods, suitable examples. So I have given you some examples in case of Israel, Palestine, in case of India, Pakistan, in case of Russia, Ukraine, and you can also mention the Chinese example. So it is first Israel, Palestine, second India, Pakistan, third you can mention related to Russia, Ukraine conflict. Is it clear? And you can mention Chinese one also. In case of China, you can elaborate it a bit because it is related to India also. China is using three warfare strategy. Three warfare strategy. What are these three warfare strategies? First is psychological war. Psychological war. Second is media war. And third is legal war. When they deny visa to Arunachal Pradesh people, is psychological war. They also know they are not achieving anything, but they are just impacting the psyche of Indian people. Yes, Iran, USA also, but in that case there is also missile attack, actual ground level पे UAE पे bombardment हो रहे हैं. Okay, they are also using media warfare. They create false narrative. Legal warfare. They will put some different law. Okay, based on that particular law, this territory is ours. Doklam crisis. Misinterpretation of the law. So is it making sense? Three warfare strategy. All comes under that gray zone warfare. Other than this, I have told you this debt trap diplomacy. See here, these are the methods. You can elaborate on that. Debt trap diplomacy, the BRI project, subversion of institutions. You can say like subversion of institutions. For example, WTO is not functional. They will create, say, roadblocks in the functioning of the institution. Cyber espionage type of thing. In past, cyber espionage was happened, and ईरान का जो न्यूक्लियर पावर प्रोजेक्ट था, दैट वाज स्टक्सनेट से इजराइल ने उसको इंटरप्रेट किया, सॉरी इंटरसेप्ट किया था, एंड दे क्रिएटेड प्रॉब्लम फॉर दैट. So it provides the scope for plausible denial. You can deny and no one can hold you accountable. Okay. Now what is the next part of the question? Assess India's preparedness to deal with the emerging threat. Assess India's preparedness to deal with this threat. So before moving to the preparedness part, let us understand the challenges and why this preparedness is required. So what something is called non-core part of the question. Non-core demand. Non-core demand of the question. What does it mean? It means something that is not directly asked in the question. Not directly asked in the question. But you are using this just because it will maintain flow of the question, flow of the answer. Flow of the answer will be maintained. That's why you are using it. So what you will be doing in this question, first, you may start with a quote that it is a new entry in the lexicon of the warfare. Then second thing, you will be giving the first heading and explaining what is the gray zone warfare. You may also mention the features. Third thing you will be doing, giving the second heading. What are the methods you will enumerate? And you will also mention the examples. Having done that, you will say, by using these methods, there are challenges. Although this is not part of the question, that's why you are not using the paragraph to enumerate that or explain that. You will be using an schematic. You will putting that in a box. Put that in a box and mention the challenges you may face. So what are the challenges you may be facing? So divide that into the political challenges, economic challenges, social challenges, and security challenges. And you can also mention some diplomatic challenges. And enumerate 1-2 points for each. What kind of political challenges? It will influence the opinion. It will influence the opinion. Okay, influence the opinion because information warfare. Then election of the country can be compromised. Okay, so second you can write this election integrity will be compromised, or say electoral integrity will be compromised, because by doing that you are doing micro targeting, something called echo chamber effect. How many of you know that echo chamber effect? Can anyone tell me what is echo chamber effect? बताइए. Mehul, do you know what is echo chamber effect? Sky SDM. Echo chamber effect is something you will get the feed of the same thing what you watch once. आपके इंटरेस्ट के हिसाब से आपको न्यूज और फीड को सर्व किया जाएगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड इको चैम्बर इफेक्ट. Mehul, now is it clear? Third is ambiguity. So you cannot go for actionable response. You are not very clear whether there is a security threat or not. Ambiguity. So that's why the political party will not decide. The political boss will cannot decide whether we should retaliate or not. So these are the challenges. What are the economic challenges? There is weaponization of supply chain. I have given you the example of banning say rare earth magnets, propagating the same opinion to which we are Is it fine? Let me repeat it once. On the security aspect, there is a challenge of first, threat perception. You cannot perceive what is the level of threat. Second, there is a challenge of deterrence. How should you deter that? How should you stop the war? If there is a one-time war, that war can be countered or tackled with all might, with all possible might. But the problem arises when we are in the continuous state of war. The problem arises when we are in the continuous state of war. We don't know when to respond. Okay, so enforcement challenges are also there. If we talk about diplomatic challenges like destabilization of relation with foreign country, destabilization of the relation with the foreign country. Am I audible now? Is it clear? Please confirm. Any one of you? Okay. Okay. Some of you have confirmed that it is audible. Okay. So destabilization of relation. For example, you can write the relation with Canada. Our relation with Canada were compromised with respect to Khalistan issue. You all know, कितने लोगों को पता है कि खालिस्तान इशूज को लेके हमारा रिलेशन कनाडा के साथ कंप्रोमाइज हुआ था? Killing of Nazar, allegation and all. Okay. So is it making sense? See, this is not asked in the question, but you are writing as an additional dimension. Okay. Good, Sanjana. Now, I'm moving to what are the steps or what the question says. This is the question. Assess India's preparedness to deal with the emerging threats. So whenever it is asked to assess the preparedness, you will be writing, yes, what are the steps India is taking? So divide that in multiple parts. Because always remember, whenever there is a problem, don't take a step that is monodimensional. Your steps must be multidimensional. Steps must be multidimensional. So multidimensional steps, what you can take? So one can be legal, another one can be operational, other one can be institutional, and next can be the global. Okay. So what you can write? What are the legal steps India can take or India is taking? We have IT Act and also have IT rules very recently in 2021. We have amended also. We have Prevention of Money Laundering Act. See, we are trying to tackle all the problems, all the methods of grey zone warfare. So money laundering is a method. That's why we have Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Someone may be involved in terror activity, anti-national activity, or say radicalization. So we have UAPA, Unlawful Activity Prevention Act. We have BNS. We have National Cyber Security Strategy. Someone may create grey zone warfare by funding for NGOs and using them for anti-national activities. So we have something called FCRA regulation to fund that. See, is it making sense? So these are the points you are reflecting that we are legally prepared. If you do something wrong, we can take legal action. What is at the institutional level? We have NIA. We have National Security Council Secretariat. We have NTRO. So you have to just mention the names. NTRO, National Technological Research Organization. We have NCIIPC, National Information, that Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. This National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. Is it making sense? We have this. Then we have CERT-IN, CERTIN, Computer Emergency Response Team. We have intelligence agencies like RAW, IB, External Security, Internal Security. Is it clear? So, see, we are prepared at the institutional level also, that we have these many institutions. Okay. Am I able? Am I busy? Is it streaming fine? Is it streaming fine? Please confirm. Audible, visible. Okay, audible. Is visible? Visible? Not visible? Okay, let me share it again. Is it okay now? Okay, now it is okay. Okay. Sorry for this interruption. So I was telling that we are operationally also prepared. We have comprehensive integrated border management system. We have Netra is like networking traffic analysis. What kind of traffic is the network at the internet? So analysis of that. We have to monitor internet traffic. We have Mitra. We have also Swachh, Cyber Swachhata Kendra. So we are operationally also prepared. Then at the global level, we have bilateral relation with USA. We have plurilateral relation or plurilateral engagement. Voice and screen is lacking. Is it better now? Is it visible? How is it now? Sanjana, is it okay now? Okay. So I was telling that at the global level, we have bilateral collaboration to deal with gray zone warfare. We also have plurilateral effort in the form of, for example, Quad. I'm really sorry for this inconvenience. Okay. So we are prepared, yes, but still challenges remain. Still challenges persist. So we are giving the solutions or way forward. Way forward. What are the way forward? First, we need a comprehensive national security strategy. Still, we are lacking on that front. We need comprehensive national security strategy. Second, we should shift towards Doval doctrine. Doval doctrine. Doval doctrine is something like defensive offensive strategy. We should shift from defensive offensive to offensive defensive. What we do? We wait for other country to attack, then we will defend, then we will offend. So Doval doctrine says we should move towards offensive defensive. First, we should be offensive. Then other country, if it is our retaliating, then we should defend. So Doval doctrine should be the shift. The third thing is like we want to shift towards defense modernization and defense indigenization. Very, very important. Indigenization. Why indigenization is important? Because if we are dependent on the critical infrastructure, critical defense thing, so we are vulnerable for inbuilt vulnerabilities. If we are importing the Chinese, say, raw material or the rare earth metals or something, hardware or software, they can put bug on that. So defense modernization and indigenization is another thing. Fourth, we need attitude change at the citizens level. First defense for everything, every problem is informed citizenry. If our system is compromised, if our system is, yes, corridor developed, defense corridor in Tamil Nadu and in UP, we are focusing on defense modernization and indigenization. So attitude change. For every problem, the solution is we need informed citizenry as the first defense. So any compromise at the technology level, they will be able to handle that. Okay. Then next is technology, use of technology. We have AI, use AI for fact check. Okay. You can also mention some global practice that we can use. Global practice like NATO ka, we have a counter hybrid threat strategy, counter hybrid threat strategy. For EU, we have European countering hybrid threat center of excellence. So these 2 points you can mention. Okay. Is it clear? How many of you are clear with this discussion on the question? Is it making sense? See, I am not very happy with the idea whenever you write in the introduction what is already directly asked in the question. So please don't do that. Build the context in the introduction and bring what is asked in the question directly in the main body. Okay, so you can put that in the main body. Here you can start with a quote, nature and characteristics. You have written the features. What are the methods? So methods are there. Implications, see the challenges part. Then assessment of the preparedness, so institutional level, technological, diplomatic. What are the gaps and challenges? What are the way forward? This is the conclusion. Is it making sense? Clear to all of you? May I take the another question? If there is something you want to ask, please ask. Otherwise, I will be taking the next question. And next question is this. See, these are the answers generated by AI. So answers are not generated by an AI that is generic. This Yuki AI is very, very specific for UPSC preparation. So you can use this for evaluation of the answers also, for generating the answers. Okay. Anyway, so if you people want to ask something, I'm giving you a minute. Please ask something related to this grade on warfare if you people want. Otherwise, I'm moving to the next question. What do you understand by cybersecurity threats? Enumerate some of them while discussing the reasons for digital arrest. Yes, if question is saying enumerate, then you are just numbering them. If it is saying discuss the methods, तो आप discuss करोगे, explain करोगे, why and how बताओगे. Cossack, is this clear? So that's why I say if you are not clear with the keywords or the directive words of the question, you will struggle. Okay, so be very clear on that. If you need clarity on other directive words, you can message me on Telegram. I will share a video on that, on the directive word. You can watch that. Okay, so I think most of you are clear with that. Let us move to the next question. What do you understand by cyber security threats? What do you understand by cyber security threats? What it is? Can you say cyber security threats are part of gray zone warfare? Can you link with that? It is a method of gray zone warfare, cyber security threat creation. Tell me. What it is? Security threat? Yes. Not in the physical domain, but in a digital domain. What is the meaning of word cyber? Cyber means not in physical, it is in digital, it is in cyberspace, it is on internet. Can you use these multiple words for that? Is it making sense? Now you people tell me what kind of cyber security threats you people have experienced. बताइए, enumerate that. इसमें तो किसी को प्रॉब्लम होगी नहीं ना. ऐसा तो कोई होगा नहीं जिसने साइबर सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट एक्सपीरियंस ना किया हो या आपने देखा ना हो कि साइबर सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स हैं. कैन यू पीपल इन्यूमरेट दैट? टेल मी फर्स्ट, एक एक करके बताओ. आई कैन इफेक्ट क्रॉस सेक्टर, इट कैन affect across sector. Yes, it can affect across sector. Tell me the cyber security threats. How many of you know the doxing? No. You are telling me the example. पहले argument बताइए. What type of threat AIMS faced? That was the problem of data breach. Data security की problem थी. Data insecurity, data breach in the digital space. So that is, yes, it is a cyber security threat. But you have to say data breach, data leak. Then example will be leak of data at the at AIMS. You can say that. How many of you know what is doxing? Doxing is like revealing private information online. This is the problem, doxing. You can say that cyber security threat में एक NCRB का data है. You can also start with that. It says there is increase of 434% increase in cyber security, cyber crimes between 2016 to 2022. Okay, this is the level of increase in the cyber crime. Cyber in personification. Yes, cyber in personification very common. Telegram में हमेशा होता है. Who is sitting behind with that username? Nobody knows. And ambiguity is the enabling condition for crime. If you have satisfaction that okay, you will not be caught, then you will be doing all the bad things, all the crimes. So doxing is one. Second, you can the cyber impersonation. Then you can, I am giving you some different type of name, something called juice jacking, because you have to enumerate. So the diversity you bring in the answer, the better will be the marks. So juice jacking. How many of you know what is juice jacking? Do you know that? It is compromised USB port you are using at the charging station, and it leads to transfer of malware. Okay, so that is juice jacking. Third, you can mention cyber sabotage. Yes, phishing. Of course, you are getting some email, and if you open that email, the malware will be installed in your mobile or in your device. So next is cyber sabotage. Cyber sabotage ka example you can write Stuxnet, first publicly known cyber attack on industrial machinery. Okay. Then you can, next you can write in the form of cyber war or espionage. Espionage. Can anyone tell me the example of espionage? Cyber espionage. It was very common. Pegasus attack. Or it is also known as zero click vulnerabilities. It is known for zero click vulnerabilities. So cyber war, Pegasus attack. Is it clear? Then next you can write the cyberbullying. Cyberbullying. It involves digital stalking. Then you can mention cyber terrorism. Cyber terrorism means you can recruit the people online for terrorist activity. You can run the disinformation campaign and the radicalization. That is another thing. Then you can mention next is cyber fraud. How many of you know the cyber fraud? Cyber fraud related to employment. They will say, okay, this is the task you have to do, then we will pay you the money. Most of you might have witnessed that. That is very, very common. Employment related, the financial fraud. It sometimes they for financial fraud they use social engineering. Actually में वो कोई cyber vulnerability नहीं होती है, but that is happening in the digital space. So social engineering involved होता है. What is called social engineering? Social engineering is something they are manipulating your psychology by conversation, by providing saying some social relation they have. आपके मौसा जी बोल रहे हैं, आपका कुछ जान पहचान का बता देंगे, आपके फ्रेंड बोल रहे हैं. Okay, so all these things come under social engineering. Identity fraud भी होता है, this cyber personification or impersonation. Next can be, or you can say cyber digital rape. The case is registered in Europe. So this is again next thing you can mention. And very, very important. And what is the second part of the question? Discussing regions for digital arrest. So enumerate some and while discussing the reasons for digital arrest. So you are writing the multiple cyber crime, cyber threat, and one of them is digital arrest. Okay, is it clear? Digital arrest. So now I want to explain on digital arrest. So why digital arrest happens? What are the digital arrest threat? So I will be explaining that. Till this point, if you people have any doubt, please ask. Yes, Akshat Tiwari, DDoS attack. Yes. Denial of service attack, distributed denial of service means your access to particular website will be compromised. That is the case. Anything you people want to ask? Or I should move towards digital arrest? I will explain that. See, in the digital arrest, okay, I think you people don't have anything to ask. Let us see. In digital arrest, you can start with seriousness of the digital arrest. Seriousness. Seriousness is like head of the state and head of the government. Head of the state means President of India. Head of the government means Prime Minister. Both have talked about digital arrest. Madam Murmu has said 10 years back, no one can imagine that there can be the problem of digital arrest. But now, today, it has become the buzzword. Okay, it has become a greatest problem. Technology continued to reshape the landscape of policing. That is the term or the statement given by Madam Draupadi Murmu. She says the 10 years ago, the expression of digital arrest would have been impossible to understand. Today, it is one of the most dreaded threat to citizens. So you can start with that kind of statement that head of the state, Madam Murmu, has said that digital arrest has become the most dreaded threat to the citizens. Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned and given reference to digital arrest in his Man Ki Baat program. Okay, this reflects that highest level in the government are concerned about this problem. Is it making sense? This is one of the way you are explaining. Yes, this is a very, very problematic thing. Another thing you can say, seriousness दिखाने के लिए, more than 120 crore was lost in the first quarter of 2025 due to digital arrest. And it says there is an upward trend. You can draw this. There is an upward trend. In 2022, there was 5 lakh. Uh, in 2023, there was 10 lakh cases. In 2024, there were 15 lakh. And in 2025, the cases are skyrocketing. Okay. So such kind of fact figure or the involvement of the level, you can mention this. Okay, then next comes, why do we call this as arrest? I'm explaining on expecting that there can be a direct question on the digital arrest. Otherwise, this question is done from my side, that what do you understand by cybersecurity threat? You have explained that, enumerate some of them and reasons for that. So I will be giving you the reasons why this is happening. Reasons are very, very simple. You can have a look. I am explaining the reasons. See, technological factor is like easy access to AI voice cloning and deepfake tool, encrypted messaging platform, and सबसे बड़ी बात, there is lack of fear. डर नहीं है कि हम पकड़े जाएंगे. There is lack of institutional preparedness. There is lack of accountability. At the in the Western countries, if digital arrest happen, banks are held accountable for 90% of the fraud because of the weak KYC norm. But the KYC norms are very, very poor in India. जो जनधन योजना में accounts खुले हैं, these accounts are not KYC resilient. Then psychological factor, क्योंकि देखो सबको लगता है हमने कुछ ना कुछ तो गलत किया है, and the person sitting in front of you is saying that okay, you are under digital arrest because you have done these things. Now you are under threat कि ये समाज को पता नहीं लगना चाहिए, keep it isolated and we will settle that by giving the money or by hook or crook. So fear of authority, law enforcement, cyber awareness, panic induced decision making, all these things. And you know why the poor are, I'm taking this discussion a bit stressed, like why poor, not say poor, why elderly are more vulnerable to that. Elderly people are more vulnerable to the this digital arrest because they have lived a decent life. They have some credibility. They have some say इज्जत है इनकी समाज में. तो ये डर जाते हैं कि अगर समाज को पता लगेगा कि हम अरेस्ट हो रहे हैं, that's why they don't tell anyone. So this is psychological impact. Lack of social capital, lack of trust among the elderly in our for the society, कि वो हमारी बात को समझेंगे कि हमने गलत नहीं किया है. And everyone say नहीं कुछ तो गलत किया होगा तभी पुलिस ने पकड़ा है, ऐसे थोड़ी पकड़ लेगी. And lack of awareness कि ऐसा डिजिटल अरेस्ट नाम का प्रोविजन है ही नहीं किसी कानून में. This is also the reason. The penetration of the technology, access to internet, all these things. So internet gives you the power, but it also demands responsibility. So all these things are missing. Then structural and governance factor, you can mention the limited cyber policing manpower, jurisdictional challenges. Jurisdictional challenges like most of the cyber criminals are sitting digital arrest में जो involve होते हैं in the Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar. अभी इंडिया के बहुत सारे लोग वापस आए हैं वहां से. They were taken for cyber slavery. You can mention this term. उनको ले जाते हैं, बोलते हैं ठीक है आपको कुछ बढ़िया सा काम देंगे. Now they are involved in that for digital arrest and all. Economic factor also, growth of UPI transaction 100 billion annually, more than that. So in internal security implication. See, this question demands all the reasons only, but I am explaining you what is digital arrest and why this is a problematic area. Why it is called arrest? Because it involves law enforcement agencies. It involves the procedure similar to arrest. What is the procedure? Procedure is arrest, surveillance, and isolate. Okay. What it is a kind of new online crime. New online crime where criminals impersonate. जो criminals है ना, वही impersonate करते हैं as a law enforcement officer or government authority to extort money from the victim. They use deception. Mention this. They use deception and fear. डराते हैं और धोखेबाजी करते हैं. What is the modus operandi? Can you mention that? Modus operandi, how they operate. सबसे पहले वो क्या करेंगे? कलेक्ट द डेटा. वो डेटा कलेक्ट करेंगे कि भाई इस बंदे के पास कितना पैसा है अकाउंट में. ठीक है, दे विल कलेक्ट द डेटा. सेकेंड थिंग व्हाट दे विल डू, दे विल मेक ए इनिशियल कॉन्टेक्ट. हो सकता है आपको एक नॉर्मल कॉल आएगा फोन पे. दिस हैपेंड विद मी, नॉट डिजिटल अरेस्ट बट इनिशियल कॉल आया था. दे सेड सर आपके आधार कार्ड का जो डिटेल है that is mentioned on a parcel, and that parcel was going towards Iran, and now there is some illegal material, so we are speaking from the customs department. Now do you want to file an FIR? We will do that. Then I said okay sir, please tell me from which custom department you are talking. We have good friends there, we will get it settled. Then person cut the call and this initial contact turns futile. Okay, otherwise they do the contact by call, by mail, or by message. After that, if you say, okay, we will be doing that, then they will go for video call by fake official. Fourth, they will accuse the victim for some serious accusation. कुछ serious आरोप लगाएंगे, serious allegation लगाएंगे to induce fear. To induce fear. Then fifth, they will take you under arrest. They will maintain constant supervision, constant surveillance. They will isolate you. They will intimidate you. All these things they will be doing. So they may be using something called deep fake. They will be also using voice modulation. Okay. So see how you can bring ethics here. I'm just giving you one crux. See, you are under fear. And ethics, one question was asked. Anger and fear are the enemy of clear understanding. If you are under anger or you are in fear, then you can't think clearly. These are the enemy of clear understanding. So you can bring this example of digital arrest. See, this is called, if you read ethics once, क्यों ethics पहले पढ़ना जरूरी है? जब आपने एक बार ethics पढ़ लिया ना, then you will be seeing ethics everywhere. आप कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हो तो आपको ethics दिखेगा. Okay. So what are the issues with that? Issues are like socio-economic impact, erosion of trust, social impact. You can write first, erosion of trust, digital arrest हो रहा है. Second, economic loss, more than 120 crore rupees in the first quarter of 25. The third, widespread impact across the people. You can bring the elderly wala aspect, psychological trauma, trust on government will be compromised, trust on law enforcement agencies, trust on digital tool. It will compromise the entire system of the governments or the agenda of the government, something called Digital India Mission. उस पे ही लोग भरोसा नहीं करेंगे, फोन चलाना ही नहीं है. Is it making sense? Psychological trauma you will be facing. So what are the measures taken? What are the measures? Measures is like, first, public awareness. Public awareness, for example, Honorable Prime Minister has reached out to the people through Man Ki Baat. Second, under Ministry of Home Affairs, we formed a high-level committee to look into the digital arrest scam. Okay, there is a third, measures taken like judiciary ने banks की accountability को fix करने की बात करी है, in line with the Western countries में जो चल रहा है. Okay, then next, CERTIN, certain ने कुछ guidelines issue करी हैं. Then fifth, again the same thing I will say, Informed citizenry is the defense against digital arrest. Write this line everywhere. Informed citizenry. So what we can do? We can go for cyber hygiene. There is something called stop, think, and take action. Stop, think, and take action. Okay. There are multiple campaigns run by the law enforcement agencies, like Cyber Dost is a campaign to share information about this cyber crime or digital arrest. There is another initiative called Scam से बचाव. ये आप लिख सकते हो, Scam से बचाव campaign. Whole of government approach to foster culture of digital security. Then you can see at the global level, there is Interpol ने एक campaign चलाया है, Interpol campaign, that is you may be next. You may be next. This is the campaign. Name of the campaign is You May Be Next. So this is to remind that cyber crime can happen to anyone and you can be the next. जैसे लिखा रहता ना, कोचिंग वाले लिखते हैं ऐसे 4-5 फोटो बनाएंगे, this AIR 2002, AIR 5015, then here they will say you can be next. So उस टाइप का ये कैंपेन है, You May Be Next. ठीक है, जिससे आपके अंदर डर का माहौल रहे, आप पढ़ते रहो, आपकी अगली रैंक आ सकती है, इस टाइप का कुछ. सो इंटरपोल हैज स्टार्टेड. ये यूपीएससी वालों से सीखे थे, ये कोचिंग वालों से. यू मे बी नेक्स्ट. सबको लग रहा है, जितना बच्चा फॉर्म भरा है 10 लाख 5 लाख, सबको लग रहा है हाँ हमारा भी रैंक आएगा. पढ़ाई कोई नहीं कर रहा है, सब वही देख के खुश हो रहे हैं. एनीवे, सो यूएस हैज स्टार्टेड अ कैंपेन स्टॉप थिंक कनेक्ट. You can mention these names: Stop, Think, and Connect. Is it making sense? UK has started something called Cyber Aware Campaign. Cyber Aware Campaign. Okay, so these are the things you can mention. Anything you people want to ask, please ask. With this limited time, I have discussed two questions and two concepts. Not two concepts, I have discussed 3-4 concepts. Entire cyber security wala aspect and problem related to digital arrest, gray zone warfare. Okay, so we are left with something called money laundering and white collar terrorism. This I will take up in the next class. If you people have any doubts, please ask. This is all from my side. आपकी कोई doubts हो तो आप पूछ लीजिए. I am giving you some time. Is there something you people want to ask? On करना. Okay, what is the doubt? How to design and differentiate between 10 marker and 15 marker? Yes. See, 10 marker and 15 marker, actually 10 marker mein there is 2 pages. In the 15 marker, there are 3 pages. So you always try to identify multiple heads of the question. For example, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया ना ग्रे जोन वॉरफेयर वाला बात, and in that gray zone warfare, they ask what is gray zone warfare first, second what, how to then enumerate that, and third they ask whether India is prepared or not. So if the question is of 10 marker and 3 things are asked, So you may avoid writing something called challenges, because आप 2 पेज में justice नहीं कर पाओगे, already 3 चीजें पूछी हैं. But if it is a 15 marks question, then you have 3 pages, तो आप उसको आधा पेज दे सकते हो, or 1/3 of the page. Is it making sense? How to design and differentiate. So this is the way. When you are writing the 15 marker, never ever stop writing something called multiple heads. You should always cover all the sub part of the question. Along with that, you may write more points, more hidden dimensions in the 15 marker. You will be writing more points. Say, if you are writing 5 points in 10 marker, bring 6 points, but never ever compromise on the macro dimension. All the candidates, those are usually learning or taking classes from since inception with other answer writing sessions, so they know what is the meaning of macro dimension and micro dimension. Is it making sense? Anything else? और कोई डाउट है आपका तो बताइए, otherwise we are closing the session. Tell me, did you learn something new? Have you learned something new? Have you learned something new? Okay. Kaushik, if you have some doubts, you can message me on Telegram. Do you have Telegram ID? Or you need that? So I will mention here. Sorry. Okay, let us close the session. If you have any doubt, please reach out to us. Okay, good. Okay then. Okay, good night. Bye. Kaushik, if you need any assistance in answer writing, please reach out to us. I am closing the session. Bye.